So I've been testing this, doing some things I was theory crafting with, and I managed to find it's a partial infinite. It requires them to pick a certain option, a certain set of options. So let me give you the rundown. When I do Rising Nair, I am +7 if they hold shield or pick any aggressive option. I am around +1 if, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. I hate when it does that. So basically, I'm buffering jump here. So Rising Nair will catch immediate jumps, and because you're in the air and you've hit them with Nair at the later portion, you can then drag them down, do another jump into that, I'm buffering another Nair, Bowser's hit again, I'm buffering jump, which is the fastest possible option you can use here. And another Nair was supposed to come out, but training mode does that with 1 frame speed. Here's another version of it, the non-infinite version that you would want to do on most characters. Drag them down. And you get that. So at all percentages, this will work. It can be used as a kill confirm later on. Rising Nair into another Nair always catches jumps, and if you catch those ones, it's just a matter of here's what it should look like. So what you do is jump, buffer Nair again. I don't know why the hell training mode does that. Okay. Buffer another Nair. At the same time, you need a fast fall. It's not going to let me do it though. It's pretty fast, right? If you do it like a couple dozen times in a row, you will eventually get it. So you hit jump button, attack button, and then when you hit the attack button, buffer it again so that Nair comes out as fast as possible. If you get down air, that means your the way you view inputs is very bad, because with how I'm doing it, I basically never get it. Jump, Nair, buffer another Nair, and then as soon as you hit the button to buffer Nair, which is attack, you then do a fast fall, and you just loop it. Depending on character, it will be kind of... If they hold shield or never jump, you can do things like this, and they are stuck forever. It is basically up to you to continuously do this. It's good as a rhythm building exercise. Nair in general is a move you should be using a lot as Mac, because comes out frame 2, 15 frames of end lag. It basically removes stage disadvantage. If Mac's launched really high, he can use it to like warp down and do the deep clip side special. Against off stage, of course, you would only want to use it if you're really high up, and then pair it with your air dodge. And then you can use a counter, aerial boosted up B. And if you do a landing there, you're usually plus enough to be able to do combos out of it. So rising there and landing there are both very good tools all around. By dragging people to the ground, you put them in these like landing frames. I don't know if it's like the speed in which they hit the ground or something, but it's definitely a good tool to use. Because we already knew for a while that something like up tilt into momentum cancel, drag back and down nair on platform sets up for oh wait, you have to land back hit like that, because the first nair catches jump and you hit the back portion, which has actual knockback. But this buffer system, it seriously kills me, dude. I practiced instant double jump so much that I now make inputs so fast that the game merges them together. Oh my god. I'm glad I did it right the first time, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it again. So if you practice the rhythm for this, the other person is screwed. Basically what you do is you keep doing this until they jump, and then you drag them down and you up smash them. And usually you can get like 35% bare minimum. It takes people a while to adapt to how to get around this. Even then, there's no really clear answer that is always going to save them if you know what you're doing. I think this is pretty viable because it's good as a training tool. Against some characters, you do have to time it in a way, because some characters squat down too low at first, and then there's like 1 or 2 frames where they're basically standing but they can't shield. So if you have really good rhythm, you can basically just trap them in these really weird looking exchanges. So if you weren't already using Nair before, I've basically showed you every application of it. Like aerial boosted up B, you should honestly already really know about. It's one of Phyto's like most viewed videos, I think. It's a day one tech. Drag down and drag around Nair is more like really advanced stuff that requires a lot of labbing and understanding of like hitbox properties to be able to make good use of. Optimal use of, mind you, not just hitting some random with it on quick play. Like nobody gives a shit. I'm sorry, nobody cares. I don't care that you're doing this funny stuff online. There's also the triangle combo, where you run into them, but for a second Nair, it's hard to do. I could make the... Do you want to see an infinite joke? But it's hard to do consistently. At first. As far as technicality goes, it's pretty technical. You need very good rhythm. You need a good understanding of all of the scenarios I listed out for you to see if this even works. Because depending on the character, it might not. So use it in training mode. Use it to prepare yourself to harass heavies with. Online, it can be a fun tool to screw with people. I've already seen people use Nair like 8 times off stage and then doing it into a side special. Like, obviously that's going to happen if people don't pick the right option, which is any option that is an attack. So you can figure out pretty quickly if they're mashing. So another rundown is landing Nair. It's usually like +3. Rising Nair is +7 if they hold shield for some weird reason, but it's like maybe plus or -1 if they jump, and then if someone's already in the air, it's -5, so you have to drag them down. So this is basically a semi-infinite. It's a situational infinite. I think it can realistically be pretty important. This is also probably the last existing thing that Mac actually has, because every single other move I've already found all of their usages for, both with short hop, full hop, IDJ. This was like the last thing I hadn't really ever paid a lot of attention to. And I don't really regret that, because like I already knew for a long time how to use Nair to get a disadvantage to break out of like really dumb mix-up combos that otherwise would kill me. Pretty good. It's a pretty good tool on a character who could be a lot better, but is still pretty fine. Damn. I think the highest I got was 30% on Donkey Kong from 0. You could make like a mini game out of it if you wanted. That's going to be all for this, and since I know I told you guys I was recording this like over an hour ago, I'm also going to say that the map guide's probably going to be done by next week. Truthfully, I already had all the stuff laid out. I'm just very lazy these days. I'm also debating getting a capture card because I hate doing videos in this quality. I'd really prefer this be my last one. So as a little bit of closure, after the map guides, I'm going to focus on other characters, because then basically everything will be covered for this character. He has been labbed to death. I've spent over almost 2 years doing stuff, finding new things, testing a bunch of shit out. This is the last one. This is the last thing. There's nothing else left for Mac, and I mean it this time. There's nothing. Think there's some cool shit off of throws? You're wrong. I found all of it already. Think there's some weird tilt mix-ups? Found those too. Think there's some shadow combos with zoom advantage? Found all those. Footstool stuff? Don't worry about it. Just in case you don't believe me. Oh my god, I hate footstooling in this game. I already found that a while ago. Does nothing, because we play Little Mac, who anytime he has something cool, it usually does not work, or it's really bad. You know what you signed up for. That's going to be all for this. This is a lot of filler. People are going to see this and go, oh my god, 15 minutes for a thing I'm never going to use? Jesus, what an asshole. And you know what? Yeah, I am. You got a problem with it? Pull up, buddy. Pull up, buddy.